Next question is from Devin B. Baker. For people just getting started like myself, what makes MAPS so effective? How do we understand when to change it up? I'd like to know the science of how it works.
MAPS programs are effective for the same reason why really good coaching programs that are developed by strength coaches or other experienced coaches are effective. And that's because it's based on a combination of experience and science. You have to have both if you're going to write a good workout program. I'll give you a great example. A study just came out. Lane Norton just talked about it on strength training. And in the study, they showed that training close to failure resulted in less strength gains than training way below failure, but doing more sets. So the study was comparing strength. And so he's like, and he's trying to explain it. And then underneath it, I commented, it said, the problem with these studies is they're done for like 18 weeks. And within the realm of reasonable, most things work with strength training. Nothing works forever. So that's why you have so many contradictory studies. Going to failure builds more muscle and strength. Wait a minute, this one over here shows that going away from failure and doing more sets, and then this one says low reps. Now this one says high reps. This one says lifting with speed is better. Oh, this one says time under tension is better. They all work. The body stops really responding if you do the same thing for a long period of time. So, and you don't learn that from studies, you learn that from experience. And so the MAPS programs, that's what we put in there. But there's a lot of moving parts. So
you're really looking at, I mean, imagine going to school and learning from a teacher who has their degree and is very intelligent, knows how to teach the subject, whether it be math, language, whatever it is, but is fresh out of college and is now teaching students for the first time. And then you have a teacher who's been teaching for 40 years, that same subject, and has taught it to hundreds, if not thousands of students, and learned other things other than the formula and what they needed to know. Like there's a lot of our peers that understand the studies and the formulas the same way that we do. There's not as many trainers and of our peers that have not only understand it from the studies, the schooling, but then also have trained thousands of people and have now learned to tease out like behavioral stuff and go, oh, well, we know what the study says, that here's a range of sets or reps or exercises that are ideal for the maximum results. But then we also know that 80% of people fall off here, or don't do this, or get hurt when they do that, or
this is too long of a time period where people only have slotted this much, and you're only going to keep their attention for this long.
That's right. So what you see with the MAPS program, and by the way, this isn't phenomenal just for beginners. It's phenomenal for anybody who's never really followed a good program, or maybe have just followed their own program or followed somebody else's program. The reason why we've had so much success is that everybody across the board, no matter how experienced or not experienced you are, sees phenomenal results from that. And that's just because we have trained a plethora of people in all age ranges, all experiences. And when we create things and we write programs, we don't just factor the science in. We also factor in our experience.
How are you going to feel after you're done accomplishing this workout? And then the combination of the exercises, one before the other. And then, and that, again, it's points back to like earlier in the conversation we were talking about, predicting a lot of these things ahead of time.
I also think that, and this is why we knew we had a business on our hands, is for some weird reason, a majority of the people in our space are speaking to or writing programs for a very niche population, and a very small percentage of the population. They speak to themselves or other fitness professionals, where that is not our experience. Our experience is with general population. And so we come from a place of like, this is going to help most people. Like when we write something, we go like, this is going to be best for most people, where a lot of the fitness professionals in our space, they have written what works for them, or work for their athletes.
In spite of their terrible programming.
Yes.
It's okay. I'll stand by this all day long. 90+% of the workout programs in the market have neither science nor experience, are pure garbage. Just they slap together exercises together, make it look cool. Yeah. And the goal is, can we make it hard and make it exciting?
Just a bunch of ice cream flavors.
Little inside joke there, Craig. They're just pure garbage. Okay, probably 5%, I would say, are based on real science, and these are the ones that are popular in strength sports. The reason why they're good is because you perform. Like you're powerlifting, you're Olympic lifting, or whatever. Like a program
There's
sucks.
tangible evidence.
Yes. The other 5% are based off of science and experience. Those are very hard to find. There's very few of them that are out there. So it wasn't that hard to write a program that was really good. That was better than the other ones because we're not competing with really good. But I'll give you an example of what you were talking about, Adam. You were mentioning, like all the things you need to consider. Okay. If you look at all the studies on rep ranges, low reps, moderate reps, high reps, and there's different ways to phase your workouts. I'm just going to stick to reps because you could also do it with time periods, sets, volume, types of exercise. I could go and run down a list and just confuse everybody. But let's stick to rep range, okay? Let's compare workouts or phases with low reps, moderate reps, high reps. You won't find a single study that shows that it's better or worse to mix the rep ranges up in workouts throughout the week versus sticking to a rep range for 4 weeks and then moving to another one. Okay, it's all the same in terms of results. However, it's not, because here's what we've learned. When you take people and you have them do low rep, moderate rep, high rep every single week, there's a different mindset, a different feel that goes into each of those rep ranges. When I lift low reps, I'm not trying to feel the muscle. I'm trying to feel the movement. I'm trying to maximize force. It's a completely different feel than when I'm going moderate reps and feeling the muscle and
Too many
squeezing, getting a pump,
psychological shifts.
which is a very different feel than high reps, where I'm trying to make it through the damn set and it's stamina and I'm breathing hard. It's a completely different mindset. And the average person, if you keep them in one of those because they learn it, and by the second and third week, they're performing that rep range better. If you mix it up all the time, they end up not really picking it up. It takes too long. So yeah, the studies show it doesn't matter, but we know through experience that it matters. So that's just one example.